Good morning, this is Gabriel Jackson, and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day number 73, part 6. Yes, it's a long mitzvah. Sometimes the mitzvahs are longer. We have to get through them. All of them are important, 613 mitzvahs. That's what it takes, my friends. We also want to wish a mazel tov to my daughter, Ashira Jackson, on her birthday, her 12th birthday. Bas mitzvah coming up. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ashira. Happy birthday to you, English birthday. And a happy birthday to my brother's also his birthday, March 26th, English birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Moishe. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Here we go. Chinuch now discusses how many Tereifah defects there are in total. Each and every one of these primary categories has many subcategories, literally offspring, which are detailed in the Gemara and Chulin. The sum total of all the different types of Tereifah defects that can possibly be found among the domestic animals, non-domestic animals, and fowl, according to the count we have arrived at based on what seems correct to us, from the words of the Gemara, are 72. This is the 73rd mitzvah. Including one type of Tereifah defect that exists only among birds, in excess of those that exist among animals, which total only 71. The 72 Tereifah defects that emerge from the Gemara are listed by the Rambam, Maimonides, in the laws of Shechita in his book, Mishnah Torah. Chinuch now quotes Rambam's explanation. Here we go. To these we are not to add, and from these we are not to detract. No defect omitted from the list can ever be considered Tereifah, and conversely, every defect included in the list must always be considered Tereifah. We are not to add additional defects to the list of Tereifahs because any wound that may be inflicted upon either a domestic animal or a non-domestic animal or a bird, other than those listed by the sages of earlier generations, which were agreed upon by the rabbinic courts of Israel of earlier times as being considered Tereifah, is not deemed fatal, and the animal or bird that suffered the wound can survive for longer than 12 months. This holds true even if it is known to us, based on current medical knowledge, that the animal or bird will not survive. Since the oral tradition handed down to us does not list the wound as a Tereifah defect, it is deemed a survivable wound, even if nowadays the animal will shortly perish from it. Conversely, with respect to all wounds that the sages listed and pronounced to be Tereifah defects, even though it seems based on the medical knowledge we possess today that some of them are not fatal and the animal can survive them, the law established by the early sages remains in effect. You have no basis for determining the law of Tereifah other than abiding by that which the sages enumerated and considering every wound on their list as a Tereifah defect. In accordance with what is stated in Deuteronomy, according to the teachings that they, the sages, will teach you, you shall do, you shall not deviate from their word. They will tell you right or left. You got to follow them. Each one of the 72 Tereifah defects that we mentioned is explained at length with all its variables in Tractate Chulin. Okay, let's stop there. To be continued. We're plowing through this beautiful mitzvah of the prohibition to eat Tereifah, and we will get through it. Until tomorrow.